Hey, let's go to the phone right now, and let's talk some basketball with a guy who is very, very popular these days. Oh, he's always been popular, but since he's been on the TNT pre- and post-game shows with Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Charles Barkley, I mean, his popularity has just blossomed. It's exploded. I'm talking about Kenny Smith. Kenny, thanks for joining the show.
Man, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, sure. Hey, want to first tell everybody why you're in town. It is for another full court refresh, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. And you are going to help restore a basketball court in Globeville, which is just north of downtown Denver, correct?
Yes, yeah, we've been doing this now for 2 years, and we donate money to different courts. We refurbish them in certain areas. That area was picked here in Denver. We've been working close with the Urban League as well. The mayor's coming out today. So it's just a great opportunity for, of give back, not selling anything, not trying to get anybody to buy anything. Coors and myself are just here to give back.
Kenny, this is Woody Paige. I would like to go right into the Nuggets. People around the country have said that the Nuggets got fleeced on the Ty Lawson deal. Do you agree? Do you think his rehabilitation, after his rehabilitation, that he can really make a big difference for Houston in terms of pushing them to the level of the elite in the Western Conference?
Well, I mean, he was probably at one time considered, a top 8, 7, 8 point guard in the league. His ability to push the ball up, create the pace that they played at, was probably unmatched and unparalleled, for a while. It's unfortunate the circumstances that he's gone through. Moutier, obviously he's a rookie, so he's going to have some growing pains and have to go through some things. But Ty Lawson was a very good, and still is, a very good basketball player, just has some off-the-court issues.
Kenny, you've been mentioned as a general manager candidate a few times. If you had Ty Lawson on your team, what would you have done with him?
Well, I probably would know the story a little bit better, obviously, but being that close to it. But just from a basketball standpoint, he could play on any team. But as we know, what championships are won always on basketball standpoint. The Spurs have proven that. Golden State has proven that. If you looked at Golden State roster, I wouldn't say that they're, the top roster in the NBA in terms of talent-wise. But so it's a lot that goes into it, and sometimes addition by subtraction helps, and a new surrounding might help Ty Lawson. More importantly,
who do you think, as a result of all that's happened, from Jordan changing his mind to Aldridge going to San Antonio, who do you see coming out of this draft and the free agency period as the best team that's advanced?
Well, I would say the team that probably added the most to their team would have to be San Antonio. With LaMarcus Aldridge, David West, and the re-signing of Green and so on, and Ginobili, I think because they, guys, they have a system in place already. So they have a style of play that's set. So when those guys, when you look at them and say, will they fit? You go, oh, automatically, they're going to fit. Those guys would fit. Where the Clippers have, have a great deal of talent that's coming in. They signed 7 guys, I think, the other day. But are we sure they fit in the style of play, because we're not sure what the style of play even is going to be.
Kenny, a question just totally away from that. I know you talk basketball all the time. I do a show on ESPN that I have such great fun with, and it comes across the screen that you guys are having so much fun. Could you have imagined when you agreed to join that bunch that it was going to be – it's hard work. People don't realize it's hard work to have fun.
But next to you?
Could you have comprehended what an institution that would become?
Not at all. But sometimes what he says work. I do feel like I should go in a bank with a ski mask because I feel like I'm robbing people.
Yeah,
because you're doing something you love, and and you're getting paid handsomely for it. But I overall, man, I don't think you could have. I don't think we could have ever, or TNT even knew that we would transcend sport. You know what I mean? Like, talk about our show that don't even follow the game, and people come up to me and say, "Oh, you played?"
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Kenny. People even go, "You mean you were in the NBA?" Yeah, I mean,
right.
yeah.
Exactly. And I think the personalities have transcended, which is unique. It's a definitely blessing. I don't take it for granted, but I know it's something different.
Well, Kenny, you were a great point guard in your own right, as we just talked about. Name me your top 3 point guards in the league. If you were starting a franchise today, what 3 point guards would you want in order from 1 to 3?
LeBron James. He was a point guard in the playoffs.
It was everything, coaching, obviously Steph Curry's, solidified himself to say I should be the top guy because, what he's done and where he's taken his team and the heights he's taken them. Chris Paul is always going to be mentioned, either 1 or 2 or 3. And honestly, I still like Tony Parker. I just think Tony Parker gets it done, man. He understands how he just doesn't have the flash that those guys have, but in terms of the substance, he has it all.
If you could, I'm going to follow up on Les for a second. If you could be general manager of a team, which one would you want to be general manager of?
Any team that LeBron James is playing.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Players Award. The funniest thing, the players had their award ceremony the other night, and they said, "Name the player that secretly you'd like to play with," and I went, "Really? There has to be a secret?"
Well, Kenny, the only guy who would vote against that is Carmelo because he'd be afraid he wouldn't get the ball enough.
No, I tell you, man, it's having a guy like LeBron. And we take it for granted what he does, what type of athlete he has. But I always tell people, I'm like, okay, name another guy in the history of basketball that played like him. And they go, oh, Magic. No, Magic didn't jump like that. He wasn't fast enough. Michael Jordan. No, he wasn't as strong as him. Like he's just a unique person, regardless of if he's better than or he could be compared to Jordan or nothing like that. But he's a unique athlete that we've never seen. At least I haven't in my lifetime.
And a pretty good actor from what I've seen in Trainwreck. And
oh no, he can't be a good actor.
if you add that to it. Let's go back to the original point, Kenny. We know you have limited time. How many courts really in this program have you guys been able to actually develop in the inner city?
Well, we initially started with 4 cities, and in some of the cities we did multiple courts. This year we doubled it to 8 cities, and now Denver is one of those cities. And next year the plan is to do 16 cities, and sometimes there's multiple courts. Like in New York, we did multiple courts. In New York, we'll probably do multiple courts here, and we'll do multiple courts in certain cities, larger cities as well.
Well, we appreciate that you came here and are participating in the program and helping the youth of Denver and Colorado.
Yeah, and again, it's called Full Court Refresh. It's brought to you by Coors Light, and Kenny is helping restore a basketball court in Globeville, and the event is being held. It's starting in just a few minutes at Jake's Food and Spirits at 3800 Walnut in Denver.
I have a question for what are you going to write on the board on the show today? I love to see what your sayings in the background.
I got this. I'm going to write, get ready for this, I'm going to write, Kenny Smith actually played in the NBA.
That's funny. That's funny.
For those who don't know. Hey, Kenny, appreciate you jumping on with us the way you did.
All right. Appreciate you.
Kenny Smith, watch him on TNT, the most entertaining NBA show on the air.